Let's get into this. Let's say
I forget where I left off.
He came before the tuning exams and trained Naruto a bit. Just like he learned the Rasengan, and he thought he didn't need it in his fight with Neji and everyone else. Okay, let's go on to the Gaara. Oh yeah, Gaara versus Rock Lee, but Rock Lee overpowers Gaara for a good portion of the fight until his eyes go into like Shikaku form, and that gives him a decent amp. So then he goes and starts beating the hell out of Lee. Okay, so yeah, Lee, blah blah blah, Sasuke fight, boom, nearly unchanged. So, what happens? And Sasuke retrieval arc. I wonder. Okay, so Sasuke leaves because he's being overpowered by Naruto as usual. Because yeah, that's the backstory of it. So, okay. Naruto versus Gaara would go like this. And Naruto's a badass. He would literally beat the hell out of Gaara for a while. He broke out the genjutsu and he just took out most of the ninjas, and then he went after Sasuke. Sasuke was curse mark was actually doing okay for getting his ass beat. And he was like, "Oh no, Sasuke, I must help him, Datebayo." And then dashes over, kicks Gaara, and says, "Sasuke, go." And this time Hinata dodged it, and now it's Hinata and Naruto versus fully transformed Shikaku Gaara. So Shikaku punches Hinata and throws her away. And Naruto instantly gets with Jiraiya. He learned how to go into
He learned how to do that.
He learned Rasengan, but he didn't need it. So let's just skip to the Gaara versus Naruto. Right, let's say Hinata didn't come with Sasuke. She'd help some Jonin and try to wake some other Jonin and Anbu that didn't after she does that didn't go to get out the genjutsu fast enough. So then Hinata would go with Naruto. Naruto just took out some Sand Jonin and then went Orochimaru versus Third Hokage. I'll breeze over that in a minute. So Gaara, after he tries to destroy the academy, fights Sasuke, demolishes Sasuke actually, but Sasuke fought him for about a good 10 seconds at this point, and still lost. R.I.P. Sasuke. So Sasuke could have been bodied at any point. Like, yeah. And Sasuke's only a bit stronger, so he won't beat them. I'll tell you that right now. He won't beat Gaara. So after Sasuke goes, Hinata gets hit away, and then gets punched by a full. Let's say Gaara got full Shikaku at this point. So full Shikaku hit Hinata away, and then Naruto went, "Don't hurt my friend," and went into Slit-Eyed form. So he dashes at Shikaku and punches him. By the way, it's Gaara being punched. Sorry. So Gaara gets punched in the face, and he was like, "Ugh!" So then he put himself to sleep and let Shikaku do the rest. So he summons Gamakichi. He hurts Gamakichi, and then Gamabunta's like, boop, boop, boop. This time, he couldn't give too much chakra to him, to Gamabunta. So then Naruto goes, instead, since Naruto's a super prodigy, and he's really good at tajjutsu, he learned how to destroy this poor man. Okay, I'm actually do it. Okay, so Gamabunta, he learned fire style, fireball jutsu, and toad oil. So, like Jiraiya showed him how to do it. So then they both do it. But then on top of that, Naruto, right after he finishes fireball, he's been charging up straight after the fireball and spits out a giant fire spiral killer jutsu. I just made that up on the spot. So it's like a spiral of toad oil and fire. And then it's like Naruto running through with a Rasengan, or a giant bit of fire just crushing him from all. It's like, do you know the secret orb where it just crushes them and explodes? He couldn't get around the full Shikaku. So Gaara literally sinks into Shikaku's sand to protect him from what's about to happen here. So Gaara Shikaku just takes a giant explosion and just like, and then Gamabunta slices through him for a split second, and then he just gets kicked away. So then Naruto gave Gamabunta and Gamakichi's like a small little baby Ninetales and a big Ninetales just attacking Shikaki. That happened, okay? Yeah. All Naruto's talking to Jutsu still happened. So, what happens in Tsunade? I'm just gonna call her the fifth Hokage. Okay, what the fuck? Okay, so the fifth Hokage, Tsunade, they went out to find her. Tsunade is at the bar. But this time Naruto picks up on it because Jiraiya explained her in quite detail. What Jiraiya? Okay, so Naruto could easily, like, when he meets and so Tsunade's talking shit about Hokage, he's like, bitch, should the fuck up. And she's like, blah, blah, blah. And Naruto tags along just because. It's like, I want to trade with Naruto. He already knows. He nearly mastered Rasengan without a Shadow Clone. Because since he's mostly Taijutsu, he has a bit more. He can use a bit more chakra. And he's better at chakra control because he's a prodigy. So this prodigy could literally. Oh yeah, and his gloves that just dash towards him. Oh yeah, they broke on the intermission. So in the picture, he just wears those now. Yeah. So it doesn't boost any attack. So Naruto goes out to fight with Tsunade. But this time, he outspeeds Tsunade. Like, when she hit him on the ground, he threw some kunai at her. She deflected it, and then he dashed behind her. It was about to hit her in the face, but then she dodged and used and punched him in the stomach straight to the sky, and he went toad oil. She dodged it, but then came fire spiral, killing fireball. I'm just gonna call it fire spiral jutsu. And then instead of the fire coming, him with a nearly master Rasengan, about to be a master Rasengan, dashing at her, top speeds with his wind cloak thing on, and actually hits her. So then she gives him her necklace. Actually, let's say he barely misses and then gets kicked full force into the ground. It's like, this kid's strong. So she poisons Jiraiya's drink. Yeah. So if Jiraiya went sage mode, he probably could have bet Orochimaru. That's up for debate, but let's keep up more going. Okay, so she's impressed. And the same thing happens with Jiraiya's drink. So, yeah. And then she goes to trade with Jiraiya. Orochimaru, sorry. Please don't cancel me. Twitter, I don't even have Twitter. I can't respond. Okay, so. Sorry, my cat's just staring at me like, what the fuck is this girl doing? Okay. So, Naruto. She'd be impressed when Kabuto comes, he'd still have the same spirit, remember? He's just way stronger, and he has his summer outfit on with the gloves on. So he dashes forward at Kabuto. He blocks it with his with his chakra blade, I'm just gonna call it, and pushes Naruto back. He does a backflip and shoots Earth style mud bullet straight at him, but he cuts it in half. But the other half just tracks him and explodes on him. So then he's like, this kid's actually pretty good. And then he dashes towards him with a Rasengan mastered after training. And then Hinata jumps in at his head, but then he cuts, at the speed of sound, he cuts half of Naruto's life string, so he's barely hanging on. And then Kurama starts pumping him with chakra, and then before he knocks out, he puts a Rasengan straight in Kabuto's stomach. Then Tsunade's like, I fear my blood no more. I no fear blood. I hate you, Naruto. Okay, so Naruto has bigger reserves to Kurama, and let's just say in this story he can heal a bit faster. So, yeah, that happens, blah, 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 bleep. So, Naruto, so they get Tsunade back, but until Naruto know how to go to the hotel, Sasuke, he's been training 3 Tomo in one eye and 2 Tomo in the other. He's about to reach a 3 Tomo. Okay, so he dashes, he gets a shadow clone to open the door, and then he suppresses his chakra. And Itachi and Kisame go in. Hinata and him are on the roof. And then remember, let's say this Naruto is too fast for Kisame how to suck up the chakra. So he punches, he punches Kisame directly in the face. So he thought he easily overpowered him, but he didn't realize his chakra was being drained, and this isn't even his Nine-Tails chakra. So then he goes into that mode, but this time he's not swelling up around him. So if it hits him, it doesn't suck the Nine-Tails chakra, it sucks the wind chakra. So he dashes up at Itachi. He dodges with ease. Sasuke comes running up the halls with a Chidori. This is, let's say Sasuke could barely control his curse mark, version 1. So he dashes at Itachi at blinding speeds, at least for Genin, or low-ranking Jonin. And then just goes into, just about to hit Itachi, but Itachi dodges and kicks Sasuke, and he was about to choke him on the wall, but then he dodges, and Naruto rushes over with Hinata, and they all kick Itachi back. Kisame's still there, so he rushes at them, but real quick, let's say Hinata shielded them from attack with her 64 palms, or trigram 64 palms. So, yeah, Kisame had to absorb some of it, but then Naruto comes out with a dual spiral, but this time with way more toad oil, because he focuses on the toad oil mostly because Sasuke is blowing it. And it'll be more powerful because Sasuke has a natural fire style and lightning style user. So that's one of his 2 elements. I mean, yeah, Chidori is lightning, so it do extra, unlike Kakashi, and same as Fireball, fire style fire stream, I'm just gonna call it. And then Naruto and Sasuke go Rasengan Chidori and just rush at Kisame, who's about to hit them with Samehada, but then Hinata pushes it up in the air and dodges out the way. It hit Itachi, done some damage, but then Itachi didn't know. He thought it was some kind of genjutsu, but he instantly countered because Hinata, I remember saying she had a genjutsu. He put him under a genjutsu for 10 seconds right after hitting, after hitting, what's his name? Kisame Samehada out of his hand. So then he breaks free. That's why he stood still and took it. But he crow substituted in the middle. And then the rest of it got sucked up by Samehada. So then Jiraiya comes and kicks their ass. I think Itachi could have bet Jiraiya there. If Jiraiya prepared with Sage Mode. Itachi, he's a spy for the village. So the village would be like, please don't hurt Jiraiya. You guys are on the same team. But if we're talking about Sage Mode Jiraiya, he probably wouldn't be able to break through. He'd be probably able to destroy a ribcage Susanoo, and maybe a skeletal. If you're talking about like double Rasengan Gamma Bunta. Same with his humanoid Susanoo and his armored Susanoo. So yeah. This is so far my take. I just thought of this out of my ass yesterday, so I'm really happy that I got 4 views. I'm not complaining about views, but I've gotten better. It's because I'm bad at this. I know. I'm sorry. I'll try to get better quality. I just can't stand while doing it for some reason. Goodbye.